Hi kids, welcome back. Okay, new project. Not a huge project, but probably one that I'm going to serialize over a number of videos, as I do with all my stuff, because I'm constantly juggling stuff and spinning plates. But it's a lovely, quiet, sunny Sunday afternoon, and I thought I'd show you my latest purchase, and we'll unbox it in this one, and we'll talk all about it. So, if you know anything about me by now, you know I love sci-fi. You know I love robots, and there aren't many robots in sci-fi who are better than Marvin, the paranoid android from The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Some of you may remember many years ago, it wasn't that long ago in fact, I spent 4 years building a full-size Marvin costume, which I only wore twice. It was absolute murder to wear. I managed to win a cosplay competition with it, and now it lives in the Milton Keynes Museum of Sci-Fi and Movies. I think I got the title right. Anyway, it's nice that it's on display. Having sold that character on to the museum, which was the best place for him, to be honest, he would only have been gathering dust and unseen in my house. And in a way, he's now probably gathering a little bit less dust, but people are getting to see him. If you want to see the real Marvin, the actual Marvin costume, which I also saw in 2018, he, I think, is still on display at the Gunnersbury Park Museum. He is owned nowadays by Mike Tucker, model legend for the BBC, etc. Anyway, I love this Marvin so much, and I really wish there were toys and merchandise, but there aren't any. The only sort of merchandise you can get is this from the movie, which is not very good. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry to Warwick Davis, who wore the suit. I'm just not a big fan of that Marvin. Marvin to me looks like that. And so I searched around and I found a site where the STL was reasonably cheap. It's a really nice model. It's not 100% accurate, but then again, I can't insist on 100% accuracy because the people who made this STL and sculpted it probably went from photos, etc., but didn't put as much time and blood, sweat and tears as I did into my costume to make it 99.9% accurate. But it's really good. They've done a really nice job of it. And it comes in many pieces, and it took me a long time to find someone to 3D print this in resin for me, because it's quite a lot of pieces and it's quite expensive. Anyway, enough talk. Let's unbox the pieces and see what we've got. Okay, I was actually talking over this to begin with, but I didn't have much interesting things to say. So a nice little thank you card from the people who printed it in resin for me via Etsy. I'm counting out the pieces here. I'm fairly sure I got to about 24. The big square piece there is the stand. Each piece meticulously wrapped in little bits of bubble wrap, which I really appreciate. So thank you to is Victoria, who actually printed this, and she was based in the Republic of Ireland. There's the good bit. There's the head. How nice is that? Dead smooth, lovely print, lovely detail on it. And I'm going to start opening them one by one. So here we go. Is the upper torso with a hole in the front for the chest unit, which is also doubles as a place where you can put batteries, etc. in if you want to light it up. I'll certainly see if I can get some lights into this Marvin. Although, when do you switch him on? Do you just when you bring friends around and say, have a quick look at this? So it came with a stand, which I didn't expect. It says Marvin 1981 on it. Reasonably smooth. I don't think I'll glue him to the stand. I may just stand him on there. This is the lower torso, or what we call the skirt section. There are some, as you see, some little cleaning up bits in some of the ridges. I'm trying to work out how to do it. It does go in that way. It's a very tight fit. May involve a little bit of sanding. So yeah, I mean, so far so good. We have a leg. Legs are solid. Leg and feet all in one piece. They're not worrying too much about that there. Obviously fits inside the skirt, and there is a bit of a joint there where it actually can, you know, be posable a tiny bit. I don't know why I zigzagged there. Anyway, so what's next? I'm opening more bits. So we got some ball and socket joints for the legs and I think the elbows, I can't remember. That GE thing is just a little tag that came with it from the STL company. No idea what I'm going to use that for. Then upper arms, and then I noticed I had like a spare one. We'll come to that in a sec. Those circles are for, if I remember rightly, the arm joints. I could be wrong, or could be upper legs actually. They help the ball and sockets working. Yeah, so you see a third upper arm there, and there's a hand piece on the side with some pins to help the hands open and close. Some more wrists. There we go, wrist piece right in the middle there. And yeah, I wonder why there was a third upper arm. Turns out there's a broken piece, but they included it anyway. There's a little bit of sort of value for money, I guess. There's a forearm just went down. What have we next? Another forearm, some more ball and socket joint things. And what's next? Oh, more hands, hand pieces, mandibles, or handibles as I used to call them when I was making it. There's the forearm. The chest unit dropped down there, and very, very small pieces there. There should be a mouthpiece there somewhere. And yeah, let's sort of move him all around. I'm going to try and lie him down now and sort of arrange everything, just to kind of visually see that I've got all the pieces. There's a spare forearm as well there. Do you notice that? Okay, so I'm putting everything sort of in rough order. Hands, mandibles, joints. I was kind of wondering what to do with those at the moment. I think they're spare ball and socket joints. I don't think I need all 5 of them. But yeah, there's the spare arm. It's got a broken plate on it, but it doesn't matter. Spare forearm, keep hold of that. And the other hand, and obviously legs and base. Okay, is that not looking cool already? I was agonizing whether I should assemble and paint this myself. I do love making models, you know, I like to make stuff and paint stuff, but would I ruin it? Will I ruin it? Who knows? Stay tuned to find out. I was going to give it to someone else to paint, someone who's much more skilled than me, but then putting it together after spending, you know, money on it is probably half the fun, right? So I'm going to take my time. I'm going to try and be very careful with it. I may even have to buy some extra new super tiny brushes and stuff and be very careful with how it's put together, because I really want this thing to look great and have it on display in my cabinet there, along with all my other cool robots and stuff. So stay tuned whenever you see Marvin part 2, 3, 4, 5, however long it takes. I'll put them all these videos in a Marvin playlist on my channel. And yeah, if you want to know anything, let me know. If you've got any questions, suggestions, or comments, leave them down below, and I will see you in the next video. YouTube, don't talk to me about YouTube. See you next time.